I grew up in East London on a council estate there, and growing up was quite challenging because I grew up with two alcoholic parents and there was a lot of words of war at home.
I attended a low-performing state school that was in special measures at the time, so it was quite a chaotic environment. And I relied on free school meals for fuel inside the classroom. My family had to rely on our local food bank outside of the classroom too sometimes.
Not growing up with much money, I knew that there was something out there that I could find in order to change the circumstances of myself and for my family. And I did a quick Google search and, how do you become rich? And that doesn't really, didn't give me the results that I was looking for. So then I decided to go to those areas myself and find out what they did to amass wealth. There was a key secret. I thought that if I could attain that or extrapolate that, then I could one day become like the people that I'm speaking to. So I went to Kensington and Chelsea and started asking people on the streets what they did to amass wealth, and the results I was getting wasn't what I was looking for. So I decided to go and knock on people's doors. And at that point, I just wanted a response. Either you tell me the skills that you had or you tell me to go away, but I wanted some sort of traction.
Growing up, I was more concerned with other things than preparing for university. I had caring responsibilities from a young age for my siblings, and I worked part-time as soon as I was legally able to do so. So the thought of going to a Russell Group university as a first-generation student and then starting my career in Westminster seemed like a really far away fantasy for me. I didn't really have the time to even think about it, let alone prepare for it. So I really felt quite unprepared when it first began.
My name is Joseph Botchway, so I'm an upReach alumni. So originally I'm from Ghana, so both of my parents are from there. They came over to England about 30 years ago or so. So I grew up in southwest London, a place called Mitcham. Traditional African parents, you'll be a doctor, you'll be a lawyer, but they've upgraded, so you might be a pharmacist now. So, but in terms of going to university was an expectation, it was a positive pressure, so I knew I was going to go. But in terms of being prepared and knowing what I'll do with it and actually what to study, definitely not. But I have an older brother who went about 3 years before me, so he kind of fed in some information which helped, but definitely wasn't prepared.
My mentor was, I always say he changed my life, and I don't say that loosely. He was, his name's Quinton Price, so the guy knocked on his door, he's still my mentor today, and it's been about 10 years and our relationship has changed from, it's not just him helping me thrive in my career, but we're friends, we're like a family, and I go to his house, I know his wife, I know his children, I know his dog, and he knows my family, and it's changed from just him helping me get into finance to helping me thrive in life.
Through engaging with upReach, everyone at the charity kind of understood where I was coming from with those concerns, not knowing what job to apply to and also not knowing how to navigate graduating, considering the background that I'm from. So my programme coordinator, Neve, really helped me with these through our one-to-one conversations. She really helped me figure out what job to apply to where I am now, and helped me put processes in place to deal with the more emotional side of going to university.
One thing I really benefited with upReach was kind of a bit more self-belief. Firstly, leaving my sixth form, not the greatest sixth form, I got good grades and got to good university. As you kind of interact with people that, again, incredibly intelligent, maybe went to better schools and whatnot, I start to think, actually, maybe I'm a little bit inadequate. And then it kind of just goes on that cycle. But I think with upReach, it helps you realize that a lot of the time it's through like connections or kind of just knowing things that you wouldn't know. So it's not about how good or bad you are. You can kind of make up for that with things like upReach, but then also putting in the work.
He was the reason that I had visibility into, or received visibility into finance. He's the reason that I went to university. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have gone to university. He's the reason that I know about asset management and finance and have been able to carve out the life that I have today. When
I first joined upReach, I was incredibly shy, and the thought of doing something like discussing my background and my experience was something I never would have imagined being able to do. I know that I'm not alone and that actually sharing my background is beneficial to people, and it's not something I should be embarrassed about.
When you're a student, you are going to be faced with numerous challenges and hurdles that you're going to need to overcome, and I think understanding that these challenges aren't the be-all and end-all, and sometimes those hard moments and those things that you are having to overcome make for the best stories.